Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on Facebook Live for Reach Out and Read of Greater New York's 37th Reach Out and Connect workshop. We are so excited to be here today, and I am especially excited because we have KidLit TV with us. And I was amazed the first time I found these people and their website. So they are going to show us all of the resources they have, as well as some other websites with awesome at-home activities and at-home things that you can do as a family. So we have the founder and producer, Julie Gribble here, and award-winning author and illustrator, Roxie Munro. All right, guys, take it away. Let's find some resources.
Yay, thanks. Well, let's jump right in. I'm going to do a screen share right off the bat and get our program off and running. And just let me know that you can see our first slide.
We're good.
Yay, awesome, awesome. So hi, everyone. We are absolutely delighted to be here today. And I am delighted to be here with my friend and KidLit TV team member, Roxie Munro, brilliant author, illustrator. And we're going to show you some easy to use free online resources for all access learning. It's not a complete list. It's just highlights of what we've come across and seen online during our travels. And a link to these resources will be available at the end of the workshop. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them in the comment section below.
So I'm Roxie Munro. I've written and illustrated, I think, about 45 books, nonfiction concept books, some with gamification. I've been busy. Lately, I've been doing nature books, and my latest one is Dive In by Holiday House. And if you want to catch up with me, here's some of my social media sites.
And I'm Julie Gribble. I'm an author and founder at KidLit TV. I direct and produce all of the KidLit TV shows. I'm a member of BAFTA New York Children's Committee, the National Association of Latino Independent Producers, and New York Women in Film and Television. And here's how to connect with me and KidLit TV on social media. And during this presentation, please feel free to post pics, take a screenshot or a selfie, tag us and share them on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and we will share them with our audience as well.
So why is it important to read to young children? Well, of course, it builds vocabulary, grammar, communication, but it shows love and attention and care. It's so good for families to have rituals. Children will remember their parents or their caregivers reading to them the rest of their life. It's a very powerful memory. You can read the pictures too. Children can read the pictures. Often something's going on in the art that's not in the text. So the visual importance is very major.
And read aloud is a conversation. So you want to interact with your child, ask them what you see in this picture, what's going on. When kids participate, it becomes more creative, more fun for you and them. A child reads with you rather than you reading to the child. That's a good thing to remember. And also some helpful hints that we've discovered along the way, especially in taping our Read Out Loud series. And that is when you're reading a picture book, you might want to try taking off the dust cover because it always gets in the way or falls off, and do something we call book yoga. So that is opening the book to about the middle pages or so. Let me get a nice colorful spread. I like this one in Roxie's book. And then you're going to take the book and you're going to gently bend the spine like that. So that helps the pages stay open a little bit better as you're doing your read, especially if you're doing a read to a group of kids. You won't have those pages the book trying to close itself. So that's something that's a little trick we do and something that should be easy to remember. And so let me talk about some really cool stuff at KidLit TV. So today I'm going to give you a tour of KidLit TV website. I'm going to share a few ideas on how you can use KidLit TV, which is a free multimedia resource to connect young readers to books and help get them excited about reading. Our content is kid safe, kid focused, family friendly, no subscription, no fee needed, no VIP access pass needed at all. I'm going to take you on a tour of this website right now. You don't even need a hard hat for this tour. So I grabbed some screenshots that'll show you what you'll find. So here we go. So KidLit TV, you can find us at www.kidlit.tv. And it's all free. We are winner of the Parents' Choice Gold Award and have been selected as an American Association of School Libraries' best digital tool for teaching and learning. KidLit TV is available in over 700,000 schools worldwide via our website and video distribution partners, including RIF, which shares our content on their Literacy Central. That's their resource portal for reading. We've also partnered with NEA for Read Across America and the Children's Book Council for their annual Children's Book Week and Children's Choice Awards. You can find us on the Epic app and YouTube Kids. Epic is an app with enhanced ebooks for children. It's free for educators. And YouTube Kids is curated family-friendly videos and channels from YouTube that's curated onto YouTube Kids app. And you can now watch KidLit TV on your smart TV via YouTube Kids. So let's take a little closer look at what you'll find. So our three main shows are Storymakers. It's an interview show hosted by Rocco Staino. He's director of Empire State Center for the Book. We also have a spin-off show, Storymakers in the Kitchen, where we cook up book-inspired recipes. Ready, Set, Draw, where illustrators teach kids how to draw characters from their books and various art techniques, like how to paint with watercolors. And Read Out Loud is a storytime program featuring authors, illustrators, librarians reading books aloud. And tonight I'm going to show you a couple of clips from a few shows, about 30 seconds worth or so. So we don't, but the shows run about 10 minutes long. So let's start with Storymakers. Now, Storymakers is where we share the author's process and inspiration and hear interesting behind the scenes stories. You can use Storymakers as an introduction to an author or their books. Teachers and parents who homeschool can create book events and activities with any of the resources from KidLit TV. Now here, the first clip I'd like to show you is Roxie Munro. She's showing something called Kiwi Books. That's kids' interactive walk-in storybooks. They're gigantic backdrops designed by Roxie, and it comes with an integrated app that teaches kids amazing facts about themed subjects. And this one is about dinosaurs.
What else can it do?
Actually, it's very cool. We can make a movie. Let's make a movie with your new best friend.
Here I am in prehistoric time with an exclusive interview with T-Rex. T, tell us what really happens to the dinosaurs. He doesn't want to talk. I think he's a little hungry. Roxie, I'm out of here.
And that's just a short clip from one of our Storymakers. I'm just going to move on ahead to the Storymakers in the Kitchen, which is our spin-off series. And that's where we chat with authors and illustrators and feature recipes inspired by their children's books. It's produced in the KidLit TV kitchen, but occasionally we go on location. And we actually visited Paddington Bear's kitchen in England.
What are we going to make today? Marmalade sandwiches?
Oh, yes, I'm going to make you a cake, actually.
Oh, I love cake.
Oh, good. First things first, we need a recipe. I've got one here, but these words are looking rather long.
They certainly are. Let me help you. Let me read that recipe to
yes,
you.
thank you very much.
Because I love reading books,
good.
Especially cookbooks.
Oh, wonderful.
And let me see here the recipe. First, add 3 eggs into the mixing bowl.
Oh, let's see here. Oh. Here's an egg. And 2. And 3. There.
2 cups.
So that's
of
our Paddington
oil.
Bear in
Well,
the
here we
kitchen
go.
episode.
Here's the oil.
And
He was actually not in England, but it's a off-Broadway show here in New York City. Hopefully they'll be up and running again once we're the pandemic, it's safe to do so. So the next show in our, I'm going to talk about in our 3 main shows, is Ready, Set, Draw. It's a web series that teaches kids how to draw, paint, create KidLit inspired collages and more. It's an inventive way to connect kids with children's book characters and spark their interest in story, and ultimately create a path towards becoming an avid reader. And the first clip I'd like to show you is of Ready, Set, Draw is with Vanessa Brantley Newton, an illustrator, brilliant illustrator. She's teaching the collage technique used in her books.
And you want to lightly draw a circle under there. Okay, just like that. And then you want to give her shoulders. Maybe she's wearing a cape. And you know what you're going to do, right? More cutting. Here we go. And then I'm going to make a wonky bottom, just like that, just for fun. And now this is your chance to embellish any way that you want. I'm going to put a couple of buttons down the front. Let's see, we're going to give her a fancy little lace collar. I'm just going to color that in. I know my girls out there, you love earrings. Miss Vanessa, where's her earrings? She should have some earrings. So I'm going to put some earrings on her as well. And then to top it all off, my Aunt Betty has a mole. And there's my Aunt Betty.
And another clip here is, please do check out the entire program on KidLit TV. It's just delightful. Vanessa's program is just delightful. Here's another program, just a short clip with K-Fi Steele showing us how to draw Pip from a normal pig.
Today, I'm going to be showing you how to draw Pip from a book I wrote and illustrated called A Normal Pig. Oh, hi, Pip. Do you want to draw? Great. Ready, set, draw. So today we're going to need a pencil or a pen or a marker. I'm going to use this one. And we're also going to need something to draw on. I'm going to use this paper right here. Here's my favorite Pip to draw. And she's right on the cover.
In each of these programs, in the post itself, you'll find information like what tools you'll need for that particular episode to create the drawing, and some other activities that the author or illustrator or publisher might have on their website. So we all embed them into the posts as well. So it's all sort of one stop on the website for all these resources. Here's a clip of Angela Dominguez showing us how to draw Hugo from Let's Go Hugo.
Now Hugo has a round little stomach. Looks pretty much like a circle. He has one little wing that is like a triangle and he's waving high. And then he has another wing down below on the other side, and that's like a triangle too. And then he has 2 skinny little legs.
All our programming is inspired by books. And so KidLit TV has an online gallery where we post your students' pictures. You can just share them with us on social using the hashtag #ReadySetDraw. And we'll put your artwork in our gallery. And here's a little, just a little clip of what our gallery looks like, just a screenshot. And next, our main program is a Read Out Loud, and that's where you'll find your favorite authors and illustrators reading their books. You can create a playlist of the Read Out Loud episodes or tune in to Read Aloud live streams to chat with KidLit authors and illustrators. We host those a couple times a year. And here's a really fun clip. And this is author Amy Dykman and illustrator Zach O'Hora dressed up in character for their episode of Read the Book Lemmings.
May I borrow your bucket?
Fine.
Said Captain P.
But your lemmings better not eat my fish.
Foxy pulled. Foxy dumped. Foxy gave his lemmings names and hats so he could scold them properly.
They're so
Focus,
cute.
Jumper, he said. You
And
too.
Amy actually made
You
those
too.
puppets.
Ditto. Ditto. Foxy opened his book. Read the book, lemmings.
And around Kim's Read Out Loud episode, I love this one. It's a masterclass in how to read aloud. She began by creating a connection between her story and the main character's story, Yumi, before she even read a word from the book. So I encourage you to watch the full episode, but here's just a short clip. And we shot this several summers ago on Governor's Island in New York City.
Kimchi is very popular in Korea, but even though it is popular because it's spicy, little children don't really like it. But if you can eat kimchi, you can say, well, I eat kimchi. I'm a big girl. I'm a big boy. And we all want to be a big girl and big boy, right? Yeah. So that's where this story started.
And then she starts her read aloud there, and the kids just loved it. I think I have one last clip from the Read Out Loud series to show you. Jennifer Oxley and Billy Aronson they are the creators of Peg Plus Cat. And this is a short clip of the read aloud of the penguin problem.
The 4 penguins skied over one hurdle, under another, and in between the flags, and all the way to the finish line.
They were Animal Games champions.
Woohoo! Yelled their very proud coaches Peg and Cat. Problem solved. Problem solved. The problem is solved. We solved the problem.
Everything is awesome.
Problem solved.
And if your kids love singing, KidLit MTV, you can find that on our front page as well. It's a section that features book-inspired music and sing-alongs. We created programs with Susie Jaramillo from Canticos, 3-time Grammy-nominated group The Pop-Ups. And also, our first clip was from our first episode with Grammy Award winner Sean Colvin performing songs from her CD, The Starlighter, which is inspired by the children's book Lullabies and Night Songs, illustrated by Maurice Sendak.
And all the birds in the air could not catch me.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean Colvin, and I'm a guitar player and a singer and a songwriter. And we're just going to talk today about being a musician and being an artist and doing kind of creative stuff. So what inspires somebody like me to learn to play music or write a song? Music just makes me happy. So I learned to play an instrument, and my dad taught me, and I practiced a lot. Then to write a song, I just think about what I might be feeling. Sometimes I don't even need the guitar. I'll just write down thoughts and ideas and make that into a song later. Before I learned to play the guitar.
And she also shared a tip on how to play a few chords on the guitar.
I'm going to sing from today. I think my parents bought me this book because of the pictures, because we had other books by Maurice Sendak. He had written books and drawn the pictures, and we loved them when I was little. So that's what drew me to the book. But
so I'm going to crash out of that one. Please take a look at the episode online. It's just wonderful. I wish we had more time. I would just play them all for you, but anyway, that's okay. Susie Jaramillo also did a KidLit MTV episode with us. She was singing in English and Spanish from Canticos's The Birthday Book.
It's hard. Do you know what it is, Elisa? June 25th, you're good. Well, this is Sammy, the birthday bunny, and he doesn't know when his birthday is.
But you know what it is? Today is his birthday, and we're gonna surprise him with a birthday song. So this is actually a very famous birthday song from Latin America, and we call it Las Mañanitas. It's a birthday song that children sing in Latin America to their siblings or mommies and daddies. This is how we wake up birthday children, right? I'm gonna read it to you first, and then maybe we can sing it together. Does that sound like a good idea? Yeah, good. Here goes. This is Sammy. Good morning, Sammy. Today's the day, and it's the...
And that was really sweet. It was one of our first times with kids in the audience, so that was really fun. So back to the KidLit TV website. If you're moving further down the KidLit TV front page, you'll see this section where you'll find book-related crafts and activities, book trailers, and original programming in the Inside Scoop and Reading Rocks sections. In the Inside Scoop section, lower left-hand corner, we have a program called What's Up. We get a sneak peek into what our favorite authors are up to in that program. Also, a program called In Studio, where we visit artist studios. In the Reading Rock section, you'll find Young at Art, which is hosted by award-winning illustrator James Ransom. He teaches different art techniques found in children's literature. Viewers learn how to use watercolors, techniques like glazing, collage, and the use of sketchbooks to develop ideas and keep track of their art. And here's a little clip. In this episode, he talks about shapes and edges and how each represents something fun.
Today, we're going to talk about some of the most important elements in art, and that's shapes and edges. So the supplies we're going to need today are sheets of paper and a Sharpie marker. So we're going to start with circles, just big round circle. A square, about 2 inches by 2 inches. Next is a triangle. Rectangle.
And these are the basic building blocks
2 inches
to create illustrations. And he created a character, a little fellow, just by using these shapes.
Measure these.
And also in the Reading Rock section, you'll find the Big Picture Live, which is a multi-camera, multi-platform live stream. It's live streamed across Twitter, YouTube, Facebook simultaneously. It features award-winning illustrators live drawing and chatting with host Andrea Davis Pinkney. And here are just a couple of clips. First, Andrea chats with and paints live with two-time Caldecott winning illustrator Sophie Blackall.
Welcome to the Big Picture Live, the show about picture book creators and how they make the magic happen. I'm your host, Andrea Davis Pinkney. Thanks for joining us on our world premiere live stream.
Collaborating is the best. It's the best fun.
It's fun,
Making
right?
something together, and you know, I think.
Boy, look
I'm
at
gonna
that
hand
door.
this. I'm going to hand this to you to put on the very finishing touch,
Ah.
which is the little red cupola on top, which is a little bit like it's a little bit like the cherry on the top of the sundae. I think.
May I?
Please.
Cherry on the Sunday
Please,
of the
I
White
think I've
House.
primed that brush
Okay,
enough
no
for you.
pressure, everybody. Okay, I'm just starting that. Woo. All right, well, it's a flag.
And next, our next guest was Grace Lynn, author illustrator Grace Lynn. She showed us how to paint a dragon from where the mountain meets the moon and how to draw with
This
numbers.
is how you draw a dog from the number 5. And first, I'll draw a 5. And I'll
Okay,
say-
it's like a basic 5 to me.
Mhm, and
I don't know how
that's
to become
just
a dog, but
yeah,
okay.
that's exactly what they said. They're like, that's just a 5.
So
that's
you
not a
and your
dog."
kids could
I said,
watch
"Okay."
and draw
It's a pretty
along.
five, but-
Thank you.
It
So from
eventually
that
turns
5,
into a
I do
dog.
a sideways L, and then
Should I
from
keep
sideways
playing
L, I
it
do
so
a
you can
nice
see,
long U,
or-
and then I do a short line here and a short line there, and I connect it, and then I'll say, "Do you see it?" Do you
And
see it?"
there
And
he is.
Most of the kids will be like,
You
"Oh,
can see
I'm
where
starting to see it," but there's
the
always a
beginning of
couple
a
that
dog.
no, still doesn't look like a dog to me.
Mhm.
And I'll be like, okay, just hold on some more, and so then I'll start drawing the back. Then I'll just do the bottom leg like that. Then I'll do the top leg. I'll connect it, and they'll be like, then now they'll be like, oh wait, I see it. I see the dog. And so then
And that was just lovely. And please do check out the full episode. So continuing the tour down the Reading Rock section of KidLit TV, we have Past Present, Giving Past Stories New Life. It's hosted by award-winning author Lisa Klein Ransom. In this series, Lisa explores nonfiction story writing and shares how we can learn about ourselves, find common bonds with people from the past. This clip we shot at the Langston Hughes House in New York City, and she talked about her research techniques for creating Finding Langston, which is an award-winning historical novel set during the Great Migration. And I'll just play a short clip from this.
I've been scarred and battered, my hopes the wind done scattered. Snow has freezed me, sun has baked me. Looks like between them, they done tried to make me. Stop laughing, stop loving, stop living, but I don't care. I'm still here. This poem was written by Langston Hughes, most likely here in this home, where he lived from around 1947 until his death in 1967. Langston was born in Joplin, Missouri, but he lived many places throughout his life.
Wonderful
including
background,
Kansas,
and she
Ohio,
talked about her research
Washington, D.C.,
project,
Pennsylvania,
process.
New Jersey, and
Um,
Chicago. But Harlem, New York is where he called home for much of his life.
It was absolutely lovely. So I'm just going to wrap up a little bit. Next, I'd like to show you where you can find just a treasure trove of children's book crafts and activities. Here in the KidLit Crafts and Activities section, it's right above Inside Scoop. You'll find our best of the web posts. There are themed booklets, and we reach out to top bloggers to pair fun and educational activities with each book. These are text posts, so it's for a grown-up to just to come up with ideas and be inspired by the ideas that are collected by Megan, our KidLit TV team member, Megan Cahill Asenza, who creates these posts for us. And also you'll find Creativity Corner in that section with Terry Shea. He's the founder of Dot Day, and it's a delightful resource for helping students stay creative all year. And KidLit book trailers. It's just basically like a movie trailer, but for books. We premiere trailers exclusively on KidLit TV, and you'll see them here before anywhere else on the web. And something called KidLit at Home. And that's our newest video resource. And we bring together the best video content. It's over 4,000 videos around the web created by kids, books, writers, illustrators, diverse children's books, authors, illustrators, scientists, teachers. It's like Netflix for KidLit. And in this section, you'll find story time for picture books, story time for middle grade books, drawing, crafting, and activities, writing tutorials, STEM and STEAM videos, KidLit sing-along, some more KidLit videos in Spanish, and of course, the bilingual story time from Reach Out and Read New York City, a whole playlist filled with their wonderful, wonderful story time videos. So we are multimedia, so we have some podcasts too. Podcasts are yet another way to share a passion for reading. You'll find selected KidLit TV shows are converted into podcasts, and now all of our Read Out Loud shows have been converted into podcasts. And we share selected Ink Think Tank nonfiction minutes. They're bite-sized podcasts about STEM, STEAM, social issues, and informative nonfiction topics for kids. You can listen on the website, SoundCloud, or find KidLit Radio on iTunes. And we also share weekly lists of theme selections of diverse titles in our Read Your World section. Rebecca Flansburgh, an author and project manager for the nonprofit online children's literacy initiative, Multicultural Children's Book Day, she creates these fabulous posts for us. And a new one just posted for International Children's Book Day, which is April 7th. So check out the website, and also check out multiculturalchildrensbookday.com. They have annual literacy celebration in January, another great resource. So the KidLit TV team, in closing, we're a group of diverse parents, educators, librarians, KidLit creators, and award-winning filmmakers. We work together to create fun new ways to reinforce that appreciation of reading that hopefully children will carry with them for the rest of their lives. That's our goal. So please send us your recommendations too. We'd love to hear from you. We appreciate feedback. I'd like to give a shout out to our KidLit TV contributors as well, who are educators, writers, KidLit influencers, and advocates. And so now I'm going to hand it off to Roxie, who will tell us about other fun online resources as well.
Okay, so let me see, we're going to share and then we're going to play. You guys can see that okay? All good. Okay, so that was so exciting. I mean, the quality and quantity of material on KidLit TV is just stunning. And I think they've only been doing it like 5 or 8 years or something. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Like about six.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, so, but there are some other sources out there. When the coronavirus hit, all the publishers ramped up their content, and a lot of them made special arrangements for having to do with copyright and things like that. So all the publishers, almost all of them, have very deep quantity of resources, but I'll just show you a few here. So National Geographic Kids is always great. You can see they have games and videos and all sorts of things down at the bottom. St. Patrick's Day quiz, Bug Bash, Play the Game. And they also have great videos, and of course their content is pretty substantial. Here's Candlewick Press. These are just a few things. They're author-driven things, coloring activities, making a hat and that sort of thing, just kind of simple activities. Holiday House has a lot of things. They're known for their nonfiction, but they have all kinds of books. You can see they have educators' guides, kits, lesson plans, activity sheets. They have a whole series called I Like to Read, which is great for teaching, obviously, reading and getting kids engaged in loving books. Here are some of their flashcards for vocabulary. That's Holiday House. Capstone Kids has some fun things. The little boy down there is playing a magic trick game. They teach you that. Drawing, crafts, fold it, even recipes. Food is starting to be a theme in this program. The Nonfiction Minute's basically for older children. Now, Julie mentioned that they have partnered with KidLit TV, which has some of their podcasts. This happens in 3 forms. You have a very short essay on a nonfiction topic, history, biography, space. Then you have the little black strip there is the author reading that content. This is very good for English as a second language. And then you have some visuals. So these are little snippets of content. This is basically for slightly older children. Getting back to younger children, here we have Highlights for Kids, has great, all sorts of things. It just goes on forever. You can see games and jokes that they have. Up at the top, they do what KidLit TV does, which is they feature things that children have sent into them, their own drawings. And you can see their games, a tongue twister, hobbies, all sorts of again, food is becoming a theme. And then Canticos, which the nice thing here is everything's in English and Spanish. And to me, this goes young also. So you have a lot of coloring things. You can read and learn your English words or your Spanish words from this. Now, authors and illustrators, most authors and illustrators have activities on their sites. I have mazes and coloring sheets from all my books that children can color in. All these are free, of course. Here, now, Pat Moore I'm showing because she does a lot of things, everything is in Spanish and English. And she has word searches, book matching games, book quizzes, how to make a banner, how to decorate bookends, all kinds of fun stuff. Jan Brett has a huge amount of coloring things, which also goes younger if you want. So she has all sorts of things on her site. Vicki Cobb is a science writer, and she has fun experiments you can do that teaches children very basic things. Here we have something about gravity and liquid in a straw, an experiment. Here's ice cream. So ice cream soup, how to make it and what makes the difference in what you put it in, whether it melts or not. Now, government and media. Yes, well, what I found fascinating, that who knew the FBI was so warm and fuzzy that they would have a children's branch, so a children's division, and they do. And the cool thing is, they also have first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, and other grades. The cool thing is that they're also in Spanish. So you see this is in English, and then you have the exact same thing in Spanish. And they have all sorts of, here's a game where you click on different things and add up your score. That's the FBI. PBS Kids, of course, is great. They have all sorts of cool things. As you can see here, Goldilocks, camping out, games, all kinds of games, just goes on forever and ever for all different levels. Music games, games with teamwork, math games, animals. Create your own stories, create stories with Clifford. Music games, dance parties. And then we have museum and zoo sites. So the National Gallery of Art has some really great content on art, teaching art, and having children do art. And then a new thing that's just come up is Lunch Doodles with Mo Willems, that through the Kennedy Center, and he has a whole series of very, very simple exercises for very young children that are a lot of fun. The New York Philharmonic, I found, has something called Kids Zone with all kinds of fun things. You see the instrument frenzy, puzzles and quizzes. This has music in some of the games. Here you figure out which instruments are woodwinds, brass, percussion, or strings. So they have all kinds of things to explore. Continues that game with various levels of difficulty. And then the National Zoo in Washington has all sorts of fun things, including webcams. And I have an adult woman friend about my age who is just obsessed with pandas, and she watches the panda cam every day. So I took a shot at it. And the day I looked about a week ago, he was sleeping. But apparently it's this riveting thing for a lot of people. So that's kind of fun. And they also have it of many different other animals, which, by the way, in these days of COVID might be a nice way to check out animals. The San Diego Zoo also has cool things, as you can see. Arts and crafts, games. Here, this little girl's doing something fun. Matching games, most of them with the theme of animals. So a very cute ornament you can make, a swinging monkey. There's a maze there, competitive with me, I guess. Another monkey, lizards. And then the Bronx Zoo is wonderful too. And you will notice here that every one of their games, like I Spy Nests or camouflage, is also in Spanish. So it's in English or Spanish. So we have all these we have a list of these on my website you'll be seeing in a moment. So the top takeaways today are KidLit TV, which is such a rich, rich resource, multiple publisher sites, multiple author illustrator sites. You can go find your favorite person, government and media, believe it or not, universities also, and most museums and zoos have cool things too. So now we're going to see if there are any questions, and we'll see what's going on, Carrie. All right. Do you have any questions?
we've had a lot of people interacting in the chat here. So yeah, feel free to put your questions in the Facebook comments if you have any. If you watch this video later and you have questions, keep putting them in the comments. We'll be checking them and we'll be able to reach back out to both Julie and Roxie to answer those questions about KidLit TV or any of the other resources you're seeing. I've been posting a lot of them in the comments, but like Roxie said, they're all on her website to be able to find where they are. So that is great. We have a lot of love going on for the those nonfiction minute podcasts.
Cool.
That's awesome.
And also, you know, something, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are just so many really great resources out there now online. I want to give a shout out to the SAG Storyline Online, actors reading books aloud. It's just lovely. Story Seeds podcast is a great podcast as well. And SCBWI Connects, that's the Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators. They have a master list of authors and illustrators that do virtual visits, and that's called SCBWI Connects. And so the authors and illustrators list what they do, age ranges that are for their virtual visits, and also contact information, how to get in contact with them. And so those are some more, and there's so, I mean, I could go on and on actually, but those are the three I just want to make sure that we don't forget to
give them a shout out. So, so for the clickable PDF, which with all the beautiful shows on KidLit TV, it's the reach out and read. This is not in regular navigation, so you need to put reach out and read on there. And here's how to connect with me, Julie, and KidLit TV.
Oh, and be sure to sign up for our newsletter too, because it's a great resource as well. And we do giveaways, book giveaways occasionally. So those people who sign up for the newsletter will find out about those giveaways first.
So yeah, perfect. So I'm going to stop screen sharing now, and we'll see if we have any questions from the audience. Julie and I are possibly able to answer some of them.
Right. There, I'm just putting, Roxie, I got the direct link for the document, so I'm putting that in the comments there as well. So they'll be able to click right in the comments to get to that document. But I do have a question for both of you. If you had to pick like your top 3 resources that we talked about, could be KidLit TV, could be some of the ones that Roxie mentioned. What 3 are your favorites for any kind of personal reason?
Ooh, that's a really
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one. Well, because I work so hard on KidLit TV, it's a passion project.
Yes.
So, and we have lots of content that's sort of hidden in there. We're redeveloping the website to make it a little bit more navigable, so you can see what's on the front page a little bit easier instead of having to go into the Reading Rock section. There's so many really good shows out there, and we're going to be back in production. Hopefully, fingers crossed, in June. We'll have to wait and see, of course, but to make sure it's safe. But we're creating at least 6 new episodes, 8 new episodes in June of Story Makers, Read Out Loud, and Ready, Set, Draw, and WhatsApp program as well. And so I love KidLit TV. I also love the KidLit at Home section, because we're curating everything instead of having to go to YouTube and search all over YouTube for these wonderful videos that authors and illustrators are creating. We sort of try and do that work for you and curate them all in one space. And in fact, Roxie and I are going to be giving a presentation to illustrators and authors on how to create really good quality videos. So we're going to help them with lighting. We're going to help them with audio and framing to make sure they frame their videos well and all that, so that the quality gets better And so we can all have a really good time enjoying each other's content on and sharing on online. I love Storyline Online. I love the actors reading the books. It's just adorable. There's some great illustrators doing drawing shows out there. Oh, so many, and we feature as many as we can. And in fact, if there are author or illustrators who'd like us to share their content, we have a form that they can fill out. Or if you're a teacher and you know of some great resources you'd love to see on KidLit TV that we don't produce, but we'd love to share them and amplify the work, just there's a form on the a link to a form on the bottom of the KidLit at Home page where you can let us know what those resources are, and we'll be sure to share them and amplify the wonderful work that people are doing out there.
And I mean, I just totally emphasize how good KidLit TV is, and kids can look at their hero authors and illustrators. They also occasionally have programs with librarians who recommend their favorite books, or, they could sometimes have holiday themed things, right, Julie, like Christmas books or spring books and that sort of thing. So there's just so much content. I would also say I like, as far as some of the ones I showed, I like the zoo ones. And I also like the Nonfiction Minute, which partners with KidLit TV for older children because of the nonfiction element. And I also like Holiday House for the nonfiction element because I'm a nonfiction girl. But there's just so much out there now. And in a bizarre way, this pandemic has been helpful because everyone's ratcheted up their game. And again, the publishers are all doing some great work.
CBC Children's Book Council has a whole—
That's a good one.
They have a list of they have a list of publishers lists. I mean, that's how much content there is out there. So they're a great resource. You could get lost, and I check them out, and it's wonderful. We share as much as we can as well. So the CBC Publishers Spotlight represents a lot of the some of the smaller or independent publishers as well. So check out Publisher Spotlight website. We love the Abrams website. There's so many. There's
Elastic has a huge amount of content.
Elastic, yeah, graphic novels. DC has some content. Oni Press. Just so many. I can go on, but yeah, we're still creating new content, in a different way. It's a remote world these days, and so Rocco is able to come to the studio, and we've done our most recent shows, at least in the past year, remotely. And our cats have made surprise appearances. So watch the latest two episodes of Storymakers and see if you can find Luke or Leia, because they do sneak in the background.
Oh, well, that's fun. But what an amazing time to be in the digital early learning storytelling space. So that's great. We do have one question, a request for the Philharmonic link. So I'm going to put that in the chat here.
Can you find it?
I think I did. nyphilkids.org.
Yeah, cool. Very good.
We've got it for you.
Yay.
And all of those links are on Roxie's website, and that is linked in the comments as well. So you'll be able to check that out, check all of those amazing resources out. And again, kind of if you're feeling overwhelmed, there's a lot of stuff, go back to KidLit TV because they've got the quality content that you're going to want to have for your children, and as in a family time to engage around the screens. We talk about screen time, but we really talk about the importance of quality screen time, and it doesn't always matter the amount of time people are spending on screens, because they are spending more time now that it's quarantine still, and there's still a expectation that you're going to be staying home more. But if you're viewing quality media, that is what you want to be doing. So KidLit TV is your place to go. Again, if you guys have questions, keep putting them in the comments, but I am going to sign off now and just thank our amazing team here of Roxie and Julie. Thank you guys so much for joining us and for sharing all of these amazing resources. I can just see the KidLit TV audience now blowing up. I'm very excited about this.
Hey.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We love being with you.
Thank you.
All right, bye, Reach Out and Read family.